Mark Tremonti. These days perhaps more well known as the guitar player for Alter Bridge and his solo band Tremonti, but Mark actually started his career as the guitar player for Creed, everyone's favourite radio rock band from the late 1990s and early 2000s. And while everyone seems to love his work in Alter Bridge and Tremonti, and you should because it's awesome, there's sometimes a certain stigma that comes with Creed. Well, I'm here to break that stigma. I'm going to show you some of Mark Tremonti's best Creed riffs and his most unique techniques and prove to you why Creed are so awesome. Remember to drop a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and let's get into the riffs. Number 1. One Last Breath. One of the signature elements of Creed has to be their use of clean guitar. There must be dozens of Creed songs like this, but it's not as simple as it seems. And the opening riff to this song is the perfect example. When most guitar players do finger picking, they usually use their thumb and all their fingers. Or if you're like me, you just use a pick. And some guitar players use a mix of both called hybrid picking. But Mark actually developed his own unique way of finger picking. He uses his thumb and his first finger only, and then he tucks his pick away in his middle finger so he can quickly switch back to a pick if he needs to. Now this doesn't sound like anything crazy or wild, but it did help shape Creed's signature sound. That's because he often uses his thumb to hold down the root note and the arpeggios of the chord, and then he uses his first finger to pick a melody within that, just like this. Number 2. Bullets. Creed are definitely a rock band, through and through. They have some of the biggest rock radio hits of the last 30 years. There's always riffs, but they're not usually the focal point of the song, and they are definitely not trying to be heavy. Or are they? As it turns out, Mark Tremonti is a metal guy, often citing bands such as Metallica, Slayer, and Megadeth as influences. And you can definitely hear this with his more recent material in Tremonti. That's like his metal band. But every now and then, you can just hear the heavy metal bleeding into the Creed riffs. Bullets from their third album is probably the best example of this. It's different from other Creed songs. It's darker and, well, it's heavier. It's in drop D, uses some big old chugs on the low string, and it uses the minor second interval. And the intro builds and builds and builds until it finally drops into this heavy main riff. So yeah, Creed can definitely be heavy when they want to be. Number 3. Stand Here With Me. So the year is 2001 and Creed just dropped their third album. This is the era of nu metal, rap rock, and post-grunge. Basically whatever the opposite of the 1980s was, that's what this time period would be. And the guitar solo was meant to be dead, but no one told Mark Tremonti. It wasn't really a good thing to have a guitar solo in a song at that time, especially if that song was looking to be played on the radio. Anyway, no one told Mark Tremonti this apparently because he shreds on this song. And it's even more unusual because this song is in a really weird tuning. Guitar solos have since made a comeback in rock and metal, but at the time this song came out, and for a band like Creed, it was super unheard of, and I think that's pretty cool. if you're liking the tones in this video, you'll want to check out the DNA Effects GIT Pro from today's sponsor, Harley Benton. It's a low-cost alternative to the Quad Cortex and the Helix, and I've been using it for all the tones in this video. With a wide range of amps, effects, and cab simulations, it's very versatile and useful for basically any style. You can use it on stage, recording at home, and it's small enough to throw in a backpack so you can take it wherever you go. You can edit all of your tones in the PC editor like I did, or you can do it on the unit itself, and it even has a custom impulse response loader so you can load all your favorite IRs. If you like what you hear and you're interested in checking one out for yourself, the link to these is in the description and the pinned comment down below. Thanks to Harley Benton for sending this over and for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to the riffs. Number 4, My Sacrifice. Mark Tremonti might just be the most prolific user of open and alternate tunings ever. Like seriously, there's almost too many tunings that he uses to count them all. In this video, he documents just some of the wacky tunings he uses. Everything from standard, half a step down, open G, open E, open D5, drop B, but only the low string, A flat standard. The list is very, very long, but one of his favorites is open D5, as he mentions in that video. And that's the tuning he uses for this song. From bottom to top, it's D, A, D, A, D, D. You could probably call it dad-ad tuning. It's funny, he uses Diodario strings, but it's like he's trying to spell Diodario with his own tuning. It's very hard to play anything that sounds bad in this tuning, but the reason I like it and chose this riff is because it has this droning kind of sound no matter what you play, because the high strings are always ringing out, and it makes everything sound massive. Number 5, Higher. This is one of those songs that everybody's heard, right? And while it's a good and popular song, there's not really much that stands out from a guitar point of view, except that is for the chorus riff. It's big and epic, and as with most Creed songs, it's the section that everybody sings along to. And that includes guitar players too, because Mark Tremonti is a genius. A lot of bands have 2 guitar players, but Mark is the only guitar player in Creed. And because of this, he always tries to write the most interesting guitar riffs possible. Rather than just playing chords, he included this little motif, just to keep things interesting, and prove that just like Iommi, EVH, and Dimebag before him, being the only guitar player in a band can in fact be an opportunity to do something awesome. So those are 5 riffs that prove why Creed are so awesome. What's your favorite Creed riff? Let me know in the comments. Check out the DNA Effects GIT Pro using the link in the description. And if you're wondering why guitarists secretly love Limp Bizkit, click this video over here.